I've only been streaming for about a year. Actually, in like a week will officially be 1 year. Uh, Started out doing monkey app streams, slowly developed into IRL streams. Um, Took me a minute to build up the courage, you know what I'm saying? To be able to do these things. This stuff isn't easy, guys, okay? There's like a barrier, like a line, and a lot of streamers go way past the line.
Okay, let's start off with your desktop streams and then we go big after.
Desktop streams. I do gambling. Uh, I do content with my girls. A lot of streams with my girls sitting here. We'll gamble. We'll have a good time, troll, talk to chat. That's my biggest thing. That's why my chat moves so much. Is because I actually have conversations with these guys. I learn about them. They're basically friends at this point. Unless they're trolls. If they're absolute pieces of dog water, then it's hard to build a relationship with those guys. But I have a lot of people in chat that Mr. Based, what's up, baby? I don't know. I'm just getting better and better with causing havoc amongst random civilians.
Have you ever had a situation with a civilian that like wanted to press you?
um, I don't think I've had anyone like get upset like that. I think I mostly get that with like if I go into a store or something, maybe the cashier will be like, "Are you filming me?"
Sometimes when you stream and you get some notoriety, a smaller streamer may want to find you, which is like stream sniping. Have you ever had
Right.
this situation?
Nah, I've never been stream sniped yet. I feel like getting stream sniped might just be like one of the signals that like, damn, you made it. You know what I'm saying? But I enjoy, linking up with the viewers. If there's viewers in my city or in my state that aren't too far, I'll literally go hang out with them on stream or off stream. Done it several times. So I feel like when I finally get my first stream snipe, it's gonna be like, okay, I'm that guy. You know what I'm saying?
But sometimes streamers do some weird angles and they end up leaking. Have you ever leaked your location?
like home wise, no. I think I've been pretty good about that. Um, Leaking my location, Mondo would say that I'm notorious for, because when we streamed together, we did get several phone callers. I went to a Walmart and tried to get a facial done. Phone caller. Went to a mall with Nick White. Phone caller. I got a phone call. They told me not to work with you or do anything, whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, but like, why? What did they say? And every time I've tried to fix the situation or like try to explain to them, but I don't know what these callers be saying to these people. It's got to be some crazy stuff because every time the person has been so uncomfortable to just tell me what they said. Like, just tell me what they said, bro. I don't know. I don't know what I did. I don't do I look like that guy that just like whatever they're describing is true? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time they say like the streamer is like being inappropriate with little kids or they
Oh,
carrying
that's
a
crazy.
weapon. Like, this is from me clipping. I literally see it. That's what I'm saying to you. And I guess the people get like shocked. I don't know. Maybe they're not used to getting these calls, so they actually get shocked in the process.
These motherfuckers make up anything, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, they told me when me and Nick White were at the mall, they were like, "Oh yeah, you're filming girls and like being inappropriate." I'm like, bro, I will literally wait here till the fucking police. Sorry, till the police get here, and we'll figure it out when they get here. And security, or I mean, and Nick White's like, "Nah, dude, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. I don't wanna get police involved." I'm like, "All right, bro."
What was the first platform you streamed on?
I streamed on Twitch for about 4 months, but I was playing video games. Apex was my main game. I played Call of Duty. For 4 months, I grew pretty quick on 4 months too, even for video gaming over there. Um, but I ended up stopping that due to just life issues popping up and just change of plans. Wasn't really planning on getting back into streaming at all. I used to watch Kai Sanat a lot. I enjoyed his streams. During one of his subathons last year in I don't know, maybe February or March. He got like a pair of shoes from Twitch, and they were by far the ugliest pairs of shoes I've ever seen
Yeah,
in my life. I don't know if anybody remembers that.
I remember it. I
Yeah.
remember it.
And then this random streaming website, kick.com, sends him a pair of shoes. And then here he is talking about Kick, and I'm like, what is Kick? Let me check it out. Checked it out. I went on there, saw, front page, whatever. One stream. I clicked on one stream. It was Action Man stream. And this guy was sitting in a red room with a mannequin torso and was beating the crap out of it and making out with it and just being, I don't know, just being insane. And like this character, y'all know Action Man. Come on, I don't have to explain. But this character
Yeah.
that he was delivering on screen, sitting in a room by himself, I'm like, yo, this is fire. Like I feel like I want to do this. Like if I'm not playing video games, like I just want to be an idiot on camera.
When you go live, is it you or is it Dtanmanb, the character?
Nah, I think it's a lot of me. I don't think there's a lot of character happening. Definitely maybe sometimes, you got to have that exaggeration moment where you got to try to take things to the next level. But for me, I don't think I'm not that either. I haven't developed my character enough to be that insane, or I'm just too fucking good at being me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I think I'm in a good place right now. I don't really need to dial it up a whole lot. That influencer before I started streaming. There's a lot of streamers on here that do OnlyFans, that have been doing TikTok, that have been doing this and that and the third. I'm starting out baby fresh, streaming on Kick, and I'm growing from there. So several years from now, if I continue down this road, uh, who knows where I'll be. So I like Kick for that reason. It's in its baby stages. Um, we're only looking up from here. Obviously, the 95-5 split is nice. KCIP is great. That's the goal. So we're looking to get on that.
Yeah, I think KCIP is literally a groundbreaking thing. You do your streams. How do you go about planning what you're going to be doing?
I don't really plan. I'm a last minute figuring it out under pressure type of guy. I get my lovely fiance who sits in the backgrounds of my streams. Also has her own stream, by the way. Uh, she pushes me. I'll sit here and there'll be times where I'm like, I'm not streaming today. I can't think of anything to do. I don't want to do it. But then she's in my ear, like you got a little Satan and a little angel on each shoulder. She's a mixture of both. And she's always pushing me to she's always pushing me to do something. She's like, "Man, just hit that live button and like do something. Gamble. I don't know. Just talk to your chat, stream. You got to go live."
So, do you think gaming works on Kick?
As a starting out streamer or a I don't know if I want to use the term lower class creator.
Just say
But
starting
if you
off.
have
Starting off is better.
Yeah, okay, starting off, I do not, unless you are insanely good at your game and you know how to promote yourself via other social media websites. If you're a bigger streamer, obviously you can game and your audience will still be there, but as a smaller streamer, I don't think it's a great idea.
And primarily, which games you play on stream?
I'll play anything and everything. I like Call of Duty mostly. I like Souls-like games. I've been playing this one game the last few days. It's called Crab Champions. You basically just play as a crab, killing other sea creatures and just like leveling up. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's a fire
I,
game though.
I've seen this game, by
But
the way. I think I know what you're talking about. I saw
yeah.
XQC playing it. So yeah, I think I know what
Oh
you're talking about.
yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, Shad, it's a good game. It's actually a good game. Like the FPS is really high on it too. So there's a lot of things happening on screen at any given time. So it's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we pull back to IRL. Okay. So, how did you go about like streaming with the CX crew? Like, how did you get into that bubble?
Oh man, a lot of sweat, blood, and tears. A lot of work. Um, I remember I was down in Miami. I used to go down to Miami very often. It was known as one of the bigger creator hubs. I also have family down there. So, and if you know me, you know that I was, still to this day, but not as much because I'm kind of just like I got the foot in the door, so I don't need to snipe as much. But I did, in order to get a boost forward in the streaming game, I used to snipe. Uh, so I decided to snipe Mondo. I sniped Mondo. He was with JJ in a Publix parking lot. I had a great time. At the end of my time with Mondo and them, I guess Mondo was upset with me that I ruined his stream with JJ or whatnot. But so he ended up kind of ditching me, right? I'll admit it. I got ditched by Mondo. God damn it. All right, it's all good. Listen, I had a great time. But I'm thankful for it because if he hadn't have dished me, I would not have decided to go further down to South Beach and snipe Ice Poseidon and HS Tiki Taki. I had no idea exactly where they were. I knew they were in a cabana somewhere, having drinks, having a good time. And there's a lot of cabanas down there on South Beach, but I'll tell you, I was on my longboard going up and down the boardwalk. Where they at? Chat, tell me where they're at. I don't know where they're at. And eventually I ran into them outside of a Nike store. Um Boy, I was so scared. Super K was there. He was in my chat. I was like, man, I'm nervous. I don't know what to say. What do I do? Um, so yeah, I ran into Ice, and I say ran in like it was accidental, right? I sniped Ice and HS Tiki Taki. Um, that's probably the one time that I sniped as a fan and not as someone trying to create content. It didn't help that they ended the stream, so there was kind of like no point. But just
I mean, I
as a
wouldn't say
fan,
no point. Like you meeting these bigger streamers, right? Just by being in their
yeah,
presence, you can like look at me, right? Today I'm doing this interview with you. I'm learning about so many things just by speaking to you.
right,
So like having that conversation, I believe just sitting down with Ice, you learn a lot just talking to him.
yeah. I think I don't know since that was my first big snipe with an insanely huge content creator. I think it was more just like me being nervous, right? I remember seeing him across the street, and I'm like, chat, I don't know what to do. What do I say? I'm so nervous. I don't know. So ABZ was there, so I went over there and I just said, hey, I'm a stream sniper. Nice to meet you guys. Can we get a photo real quick? Yada yada yada, whatever. All right, move on from that. Ice Poseidon and Action Man arrive in Orlando on their gay road trip. All right. I said, all right, I'm running into Action Man and I'm running into Ice Poseidon. I have to get my foot in the door. I have to create some content. I have to be for real this time. Me and Action Man, this is gonna clear some things out of the air anyway. Also, me speaking on this.
On
Me and
this, I've
Action
got
Man,
questions too.
you said what?
On this story, tell the story and then
Oh,
I'll ask you
okay.
some questions.
Yeah, for sure. Feel free to interrupt. We me and Action Man ran into each other several times on Monkey App. One of the times, uh, he mentioned, "Oh yeah, your girl's kind of hot, you know, let me fuck." And I'm like, "All right, well, hey, I doubt she'll do that, but if you got Riz, shoot your shot. We'll see what happens." Okay. Here's the thing: I'm very confident and concrete in my relationship. I'm not going anywhere. She's not going anywhere. We love each other. It is what it is. We've been through some shit. We've mended. We're here. Okay? I have no problem telling another man to try to rizz her up, especially, because it's content. Okay? Uh, so Ice Poseidon and Action Man show up in Orlando. I'm like, hey, I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be complete freestyle. Just go with the flow, whatever. So I snipe. My girl's not too far down the street. She pulls up, and that happens. If you were there, you were there. I'm sure you've heard about it. Oh, dtan the cuck. He tried to get Action Man to fuck his girl. It was all a troll, okay? I knew, me being in front of two of the platform's biggest streamers and really one of the fucking OGs of streaming in general. I had to if I'm sniping, I had to go and bring some content,
So
right?
pause. So you're telling me that the only content you could come up with was an opportunity for Action Man to show you to everyone in within CX, right? To show you as somebody where you would let somebody smash your girl. Like I know what you're saying, but like you understand their perception of what they see is not
Right.
same.
See, I didn't really think that far ahead of it. I didn't really my mind wasn't exactly in the place of, oh, how are the viewers going to take this and where's it going to go in their heads, you know what I'm saying? It was more of just a troll to continue off of the saga of Action Man wanting to fuck my girl, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I get that. Then what about this
It's like,
line? This line, he did say in the VOD, he did say that he was talking to her privately and like I'm telling you the truth, he put it out as if like he was talking to her privately and she was down to smash. Then all of a sudden this happens. Like he was painting a totally different story. You understand, right? When you watch the VOD, you see it.
yeah, I know. Uh so he was talking to her privately on Snapchat. But it wasn't her. It was me.
No, 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 that's crazy. You guys heard
Yeah.
that?
I catfished Aaron.
And were you guys talking sexual things?
I mean, it was, you
Oh
know what I'm
my
saying? It
God.
was just,
Oh
it
my
wasn't
God.
crazy. It wasn't crazy, but it wasn't like, oh, I hope you had a great day. Like, it wasn't bad, but it was, it was
And
a
I have to ask,
catfish.
my brain's eating me. I have to ask. So did AC7 send you guys dick pics?
No, no, I never saw a dick pic.
Thank God.
Never saw a
Thank
dick pic.
God.
So funny. He was actually smart. It's almost like it's happened to him before, but he was actually weary of it being me that was, talking to him, which was kind of funny.
I think because he messages all these OnlyFans girls, right? So maybe he's used to running into their managers or something like this. Maybe. That's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah, probably.
And
Yeah,
then
that shit was mad
from
funny.
that situation, I actually got a question for you then. How did you take it? Because in that moment, you saw the chat. The chat were literally going in on you about being a cuck, a cuck, a cuck, Action Man stealing your girl. You know what I'm talking about. Because you wasn't with
Yeah.
her when Action Man went with her and they had both the mics plugged in, right? You were with Ice and everyone else. So you were seeing those chats running. How did you feel? Like, how did you like take all this in?
Oh, I mean, I didn't really care, man. People talk their shit. Uh, doesn't really bother me. Um, I didn't realize it was gonna fucking stick like that. But it did. It's all good. I'm now the cuck of kick. I don't know if you've seen my screensaver, but it's cuck in the kick font.
Oh my God.
So I kind of just ride with it. I have the mentality that, like, if people try to bully you or call you names or anything like that, if you ride with it, it's gonna offend you a lot less. Does that make sense?
That
Like,
makes sense.
example,
I kind of
and I
understand you.
use this
I
example
can
all the
understand.
time. If you've seen 8 Mile, the Eminem movie, big Eminem fan, by the way. Yeah. So in one of his rap battles, he says at the end of the movie, he says, "I am white. I am a bum. I do live in a trailer with my mom." Like, he's talking about himself, right? He's talking about himself. Why? So that other people can't use what he's saying against him because he's owning it. It is what it is, right? So
I
I live
get
with
you.
that mentality that if people and I try to tell kids this, that have problems with being bullied or stuff like that. I try to, like, that's just the mentality I live with. Like, if you take the ammo that people try to tear you down with, and you wear it yourself, it's not gonna affect you, and it doesn't.
Well, I think that's a good mentality. But I also see that you have a strong resiliency for somebody like who started. Like it seems like you started with that. You didn't have to build that. You
Right.
understand, right? Some streamers have to build that thick skin. It sounds like you just started with
Yeah.
it.
Well, I mean, I we can get into a little background here. I grew up in foster care. I moved from school to school as a child. I used to get bullied a lot, being the new kid, being the kid that talks black. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I used to get bullied a lot in school. I'll be honest. I've been called every name in the book. I've been, you know, beat up, jumped, ran up on, uh, left out of things. So growing up with that continuously happening, you just grow up with thick skin. So as an adult, now it's just it was a great preparation for this. I guess.
Yeah, I get you. For me personally, like, let's understand, I lived in Korea being mixed. So I stood out entirely, my entire life. But the only good thing is that when you go to certain classes where your skills are better than other people because you are mixed, sometimes like that's how it is in Asia. They literally prop you up so you don't get bullied or like you treat as
Yeah.
a cool kid. So I didn't experience as bad as what I've seen in America. Like I know bullying is pretty bad in America, like getting beat up, thrown in a locker, swirly. Like this is one things I've seen. So I kind of understand you in that. Then what?
Thank God I've never had a swirly though.
Yeah, yeah, that is like game over. From what I've seen in the movies, that's game over. So what
Yeah.
made you want to be a streamer? Like I always ask people this. There's YouTube. You can make videos on YouTube. You can make short videos on TikTok or Instagram. Why live streaming?
I used to be a fan of live streaming. I don't know what it is. It's kind of I feel like if I'm sitting here trying to make a YouTube video and hey, what's up guys? Dtanmanb here back again with another video. That sounds completely fake to me. I don't think I could sit there and record myself for a video to post. Like I think me having a live audience really just keeps me in check with and just, keeps me being me. You know what I'm saying? Um what made me be want to do live streaming? I don't know. I remember after my son was born and late nights, uh 4 a.m. I'll go on Twitch and I'll turn on the Ice Poseidon stream back in I don't know 2017, 2018. I don't know. I just something I was familiar with, uh, enjoyed, gave it a shot, and I love it.
And growing up, which streamers did you used to watch?
I'll be honest. Ice Poseidon, Andy Milanakis, really just the CX related people. I can't really remember. I mean, Hampton Brandon, just kind of that vicinity of people. I don't really remember. When it comes to gaming, you got Doctor Disrespect, Ninja stuff like that. But IRL wise, it was kind of just like the CX based crew back in the early days.
So like the RV days?
I think the RV days was part of the time when I took a break from watching streams because it was really for like about a year or two, 2017, 2018 time period that I started watching streams. Then I stopped after a while. I got into other things, and
Yeah.
then it wasn't until about maybe 2 years ago when I decided to pick it back up and get back into the streaming game, like as a viewer.
What's your
Okay, okay.
opinion of Jack Doherty? First, give me that. What's your opinion of him?
Uh, kind of reminds me of like the kids that used to bully me in high school. Or actually maybe not high school, maybe like middle school. That's kind of like the vibe I get just from like his presence. Um I think me being at his house the times I was there, I think one he was nice enough. He was nice enough to let me in. You know, he didn't have to do that. He was nice enough to let me provide content. He didn't have to do that, so I'll give him that. But I do want to say during the Norway fight, it was kind of a scumbag ass move to support giving that motherfucker, I don't know what drug he was given, Adderall, whatever the fuck it was, but that was a scumbag move to allow that to happen. Me going into that house, it was literally a 1v40. It was me against the entire house. Everybody was against the new guy. Everybody was looking at me sideways. The boxing trainer or the ex boxer, I don't know what he is. The guy that was
He's just
refereeing who
a
used to
trainer. He's a
box.
trainer. He's a trainer.
Yeah, whatever. He was a scumbag, telling Norway to, oh, I'll hold him so you could hit him. And then after the fight, telling him to sneak me, like the fact that they were telling him to choke me out during a boxing match. It was so much insanity that went on behind or on the peripherals of the cameras that the viewers could not see. I have about a dozen clips saved up on my computer
So you ready for
of
the documentary expose video, pretty much?
I mean, it's insane, bro. I got clips of Heel Mike, talking about giving these drugs to Norway. I got clips of Norway asking Jack for more. It's insane. It's actually insane that this was allowed to happen during a boxing match.
But do you think Jack only like it comes across to me from your story that Jack is like a used car salesman. Like he let you into that house with the reasoning that we are gonna destroy this guy.
Yeah, yeah, but they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. I'm too mentally prepared for anything and everything. And I knew what was happening when I first walked in that house. If you watch that VOD back or any clips, you like the actual boxing night, you could tell that my energy was off, and it was for good reason. It's because I walked in there and it was just like walking into a satanic church. I don't know how to explain it. It's
For
just like
me,
it just
it
felt
looked
like
like the
dark
movies.
energy in the air.
It literally looked like the movies. You know when you watch the movies and you see a kid and like the whole school watching that one fight and everyone cheering the other side? It looked like this.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just I walk in there and it was just like a mucky feeling in the air. I don't know, and then you just continue on throughout that night, and then that's just the vibe I was getting from every single person in that house.
Okay, but you fought with Norway. Can you explain to us what was going on with you and Norway? Like, was there actually a beef or a fight between two of you? Why were two of you boxing in the first place?
So my original plan, and actually the first several times I pulled up to Jack's house was to try to box Action Man actually for content. Not. There's not a lot of people I have beef with, like actual beef. It takes a lot for me to be upset at a motherfucker. Um, so my original intent was to box Action Man. Then this Norway guy shows up, and he's fighting people. So I'm like, okay, if I want to go, pull up on Jack's house again, and I want to provide some content, boxing somebody, maybe I could box Norway. So I'm making my way down to Miami. I almost started singing, making my way downtown. All right, I'm making my way down to Miami, and chat's hitting me up. Oh, yo, they're at a bowling alley or whatever. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'll pull up to the bowling alley and I'll ask if I can box Norway for content. So I arrive. I see Jack Doherty doing a bit at the front door, and he's like, "Oh, you're here. You're the guy that wants to fight Norway." And I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, I just wanted to ask, Jack is so in tune with him creating his content. You can't tell him anything. He's like a little puppet master. Okay. He's like, oh, okay, let's go. Come on, come on, come on. Goes up to Norway, tells him, by the way, I had no bad blood with Norway. I didn't want to jump him or whatever, but apparently somebody told Norway that there was a stream sniper on the way coming to attack him, this and that. So you got to realize, at Norway's point of view, he's thinking, oh crap, some random guy's gonna show up and try to beat me up, right? Because that's what he was told.
Yeah.
So I'm on the way there, or I get there to ask if I could box him for content, and Jack Doherty's just hyping it up, hyping it up, hyping it up. He's like, "Oh, come over here, let's go tell Norway right now, whatever." So I walk up to Norway. I'm like, "Yeah, hey, you want to box?" And Norway's like, "Oh, it's you." And meanwhile, Jack Doherty, I don't know if you could see him in some of these clips or not. He's kind of like off to the sideline, like hyping Norway up, like, "Yo, Norway, punch him, punch him, punch him." So I'm sitting here getting abused by this OnlyFans whore, and in the corner of my eye, while I'm talking to Jack Doherty and this girl, I see
Wait,
Norway
pause,
coming at me
pause,
with
pause, pause, pause. Who was this girl? Do you know her name?
uh
Is it Michelle by any chance?
no, it wasn't Michelle. She doesn't really do a lot of streams with Jack Doherty. I've only seen her on stream a couple times. She actually went viral for her brother, like talking about her OnlyFans, her younger brother. I can't think of her name. If
Can't
I
think
had
of
a
a name,
minute
but
to
I know
look
what you're
at
talking
it,
about. Because people were saying that
like
like she was viral on Twitter because her brother was trying to sell her OnlyFans. I know what you're talking about.
okay, okay, okay. But yeah, so her, Jack's like, off to the side, punch him, punch him, punch him. Norway tries to punch me. I see it in my peripheral. I duck it. He misses, goes over my head. I go to swing back. Security's grabbing both of us. I got a hold of Norway's t-shirt. I wasn't trying to let him get anywhere. Lucky's trying to push me out the door. I'm like, all right, well, I need my shit. Give me my stuff. I drop my phone, get my shoes. Uh, so yeah, that's how that happened. And then because Norway basically attacked me, everybody was like, "Oh, he's gonna get Norway deported." And I'm like, "No, I'm not. Who the hell said that?" And then Jack's like, "All right, yeah, you can come to the house, whatever." So I go to the house. We do a little wrestling match. I throw him in the pool. They're like, "Yeah, come back on Saturday for a boxing match." And I'm like, "All right, bet." I go on Saturday assuming it's going to be another party like event. Turns out it was just the household and this boxing guy and just bad juju vibes.
But wait, there's more to this. Did Jack ever ask you or tell you, okay, we're gonna do X, Y, and Z. This is gonna be a skit. You're gonna lose. He's gonna win because there were three fights. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
was
no,
there that
yeah,
scenario?
no, that never happened. Jack never told me anything like that.
Okay. Because people would say that he's not smart enough to script things either.
Yeah, I mean, my opinion, I didn't lose. First of all, it's a boxing match. He was running away from me the entire time. Didn't get any hits on me compared to the amount of hits I had on him. Dude tried to choke me out. First of all, what messed me up during that fight was the fact security choked me out more than Norway did. I don't
Oh,
know
that's
if you've seen the
interesting.
clip. I
I've
have
seen the
it
clip
posted
of
somewhere.
him having you in the guillotine, and it looked very bad. Because like your body
Yeah,
was
no.
like really bad.
That was nothing. So he had the first after the I think it was the first round. He had me in a choke. Not a problem. Okay, wasn't hurting me. Dude's weak as hell. Whatever. Security then tried to separate us because he wasn't letting go. And when security, I have the video posted on my Instagram and my Twitter, but you have to go way back. Security grabs me and literally holds me down like this at my neck and is just pushing down, right? So that's what had me messed up the rest of the fight the entire time was the fact that security almost just like broke my trachea for whatever. And meanwhile, I'm not even holding on to him. He's holding on to my glove. At that point in time, like my glove came out. That's how bad Norway was holding on to me. I wasn't holding him at all.
Yo, that's
So that's
bad.
how that happened.
And you also went there with Nana Pips. So I know there's a bond there. How did that happen?
My first snipe was with Nana Pips. She was with Joel. Then Mondo showed up. It was at a little Mexican restaurant down in Miami. Yeah, I mean we became friends since that night. I knew she had previously been at Jack Doherty's house, and I said, okay, well if I'm going to Jack Doherty's house, maybe you'd want to go with me. So that's how that happened. Me and her are still friends. She was just at my house with Joel like a few days ago.
So if tomorrow Jack Doherty hit up his phone and texted you, come to the house, I got some streams to do, would you go?
Hell no. Zero chance would I ever want to do a stream with Jack Doherty again.
I get you. And you also said you met Heel Mike, right? Did you meet
Yeah,
Zerka?
I did not meet Zerka. Zerka, Zerka was not there.
So what was Heel Mike like?
Heel Mike's a character. Um, he has his own persona. Uh, he was nice. I'll be honest, he was nice. I thought he was gonna be more of a dick, but he wasn't that bad. He was cool. I was actually planning on because I'd hit him up when he not too long after he got his new house. I hit him up and I'm like, hey, like let me pull up to one of the parties or whatever. And he hit me back. He was like, yeah, for sure. Like I'll let you know when like a good time. Uh, and ended up never hitting him back up. He never hit me back up. And then all this shit happened. So that'll probably never happen, which is
I did
fine because like that's kind of
I did
crazy.
see some clips though. It was a night on a sidewalk outside a bar or club or something, and you and a few others met Heel Mike though. I swear. I
Yeah, I was with Captain G. Benny Mac was there. Benny Mac stream sniped us, if you want to count that as me being stream sniped. But I was with Captain G, so it wasn't really like a personal. But yeah, we were in Miami. Captain G invited me down to go stream with him. So I made my way down there, collabed with Captain G. We went to a bar everybody was telling us to go to. On our way out, and we're leaving, I see Norway sitting next to a tree. And I'm like, Norway, what's up, bro? What are you doing? And then right behind him is Heel Mike. So, we all stopped and hung out for a little bit.
so Norway was cool.
Yeah, Norway was cool. I got no problem with the guy. There's literally zero beef with Norway. It was just a terrible situation that unfolded at the house, but we're cool. No issues.
I just see it like my own opinion is that Jack Doherty just touches Norway on the shoulder and just says, "Do this, jump over a bridge,
Yeah,
run into a cop, flip that golf cart,
he
and
is
hurt yourself."
he is a little puppy dog, that's for sure.
So that's what I notice most of the time. Right, let's move on to the fear factor. ICE's challenge that you went and took part in. How did you get into that event?
How did I get into that event? Well, when chat, first of all, it's not my son, that's my girl. It's a grown woman. Uh, yeah. So yeah, fear factor. When I sniped Action Man and Ice Poseidon in Orlando, uh, Ice told me about some event that was happening, whatever, and I was like, "Yo, I want to do that. I want to go." He's like, "Yeah, you can come, sure." Um, so that time came for the event. Everybody was, you know, hitting him up on Twitter, signing up for it. He's releasing information. Uh, I never got the firm okay, I'm in, right? So turns out Ice kind of forgot about me. His words. Um, Action Man actually basically reminded him, like, hey, you should get dtan on the stream. So then I said, all right, dtan's in. So thankful for Action Man for putting that thought back into his head. But I will say I was already previously accepted by Ice, so that's how I got into that.
Well, that's good. I still think it's like because the fear factor had not that many people, and to be included on that list is really good. I'm telling the truth, that's
Yeah,
actually really good.
100%.
Then, what was
100%.
your fear factor experience like? The event.
It was great. It was fun. I really like these events. Hanging out with all these other streamers, and doing this wildly entertaining things that I never thought I would do as an adult. It's very fun. Makes me feel like a kid again. Uh, it was crazy. I'll be honest. It was crazy. Stepping out of the comfort zone once again, eating a cockroach, drinking a spicy cocktail, um, standing in a room full of tear gas. Definitely some things I never thought I would ever do in my life. So definitely breaking a barrier on things I thought I possibly could not do, but I did them. So it was a great time. I don't really have anything else to say bad about it.
I think the first challenge was so crazy on its own, having that water dunked on your head and having to
Yeah.
hold your breath.
Well, I think that challenge for me was it was kind of just like it was just too easy because for me, I'm a swimmer. Every time I go to the pool or I'll go to the beach, I literally exhale all the breath out of my lungs so I can sink to the bottom, and I'll just sit there as long as I can. And I literally do that all the time before this event even started. So it was just like I don't know that one for me was a given. I knew I was getting past that one. That was
And
cake.
getting inside the box with all those roaches and stuff, you wouldn't like, this is nasty.
Uh, Not really. I mean, it's just bugs. Like you're just touching them. I don't know. You can wash your hands after. Not that bad.
Then what did you think about the contest itself? Like, do you think it ended off fairly?
Uh, the if what you're getting at is if the winner should have won, the answer is no. But in the moment, it's hard to be able to tell about that type of thing. It wasn't until after you look back at the VODs and the clips uh, to tell that it was then unfair due to some of the things that happened, uh, kind of in her favor, but unintentionally. You know what I'm saying?
Just at the right place at the right time is what you're trying to say.
For every for every
For
challenge,
every challenge.
basically, yeah. Yeah.
And in the end, what position did you finish? Do you remember?
Second. Yeah, second.
Oh, that's good, man. That's
If
pretty
if
good.
Wood Baby if Wood Baby didn't secure the win, then I would have won that one.
You and Danny stream almost sometimes she streams, then you stream, or you stream, then she streams. So if I combine this, it almost looks like a full day in my eyes, right? Where do you have
Uh
time? Where do you have time to be a family? Like, you get me? Like taking your son to
yeah.
school, bringing him back from school, maybe going to the park to play ball. Like, how do you like balance that with streaming? You understand? That's what I'm trying to ask.
Right. Well, I mean, we only stream at nighttime. Very rarely will unless my son like when I take my son to school in the morning, then I can come back home and hop on stream early. But literally majority of the time, like right now, summertime, he's not at school. We only stream at night unless I'm in Texas doing an event or something. But we'll stream at the same time. We've done that. She'll stream after me. I'll stream after her. We'll host each other. Uh, we kind of set a time. It's basically probably before like 8, 9 o'clock when you know family time, and then after that, when it's about time for him to go to bed, he likes to hang out in his room. Play with his Legos, his iPad, watch a TV show, whatever. Um, late at night, and then we can stream while he's getting ready for bed, basically.
I get you. But nowadays kids are like really wired in. I'm telling you honestly, like my nephew at age 6, he was already scrolling on a tablet. He knew how YouTube works. He knew everything, okay?
Yeah.
So, do you ever wonder like whether like your kid is like looking up, where's Dtan, man? You get me? Like, is he ever looking it up? You understand what I'm trying to say?
Oh no, no, he knows what I do. He doesn't care for this stuff. He likes watching Minecraft videos. There's a lot of kid friendly YouTubers out there that he watches all the time. He's a very smart kid. He watches videos about countries. He knows all the countries in the world, all the capitals, weird facts about each country. He knows all the states and the capitals. If he's not watching some Minecraft stuff, he's like furthering his membrane, just like I don't learning more stuff. I don't know.
No, I get you. I also feel this too. Like the newer generation, they study more things faster than like I know from when I was growing up. Because like when I was growing up, people are just like running around outside playing in the bush, pretty much, like with sticks, instead of sticks as guns,
Yeah,
things like this. Whereas
yeah,
they watching proper videos, and a lot of the toys that they play with is ahead of its time, when you look at it right now.
yeah.
So I get you on that. Then
I
what
mean,
about
when I was a kid, I was I was outside. I was by myself, riding bikes, hanging out with friends in the neighborhood, this and that. Nowadays, I'm in the middle of a big city. Where I'm not exactly, like this world's a crazy place now, especially for me. And my son's a little too young, but I know a lot of people let their 8-year-olds run around. I'm not gonna let my son do that. Like we're going out together, if anything, but it's just it's hard for kids nowadays to have the same childhood that I did.
I get you, and also the restriction. Because again, I gotta ask these questions because it's in my head. So what would you do in this scenario, D10?
Right.
Imagine your son's friend at school pulls up Danny's stream and then says to him, "Hey, this is your mom." What would your reaction be?
I mean, he lives with us. It's not like he's completely blind to what we do. Obviously, he doesn't sit there and watch us, right?
Yeah,
But like he knows, we have conversations with him where he knows what content is. He watches YouTube videos. He knows that's what we do. We create content. It's basically a TV show. Not everything is real, right? So I mean, we've had these conversations with him. He understands. I mean, it's not like we're doing OnlyFans or porn or
yeah,
anything,
that
right?
is a good
So
thing. I would say personally, chat from talking to Danny, she still seems like somebody like she knows. This is my honest opinion on her. She knows how to get the viewers, right? She's really good at that. For somebody who just started, and she knows that line, like not to cross it to lose like dignity. You get me? So
right.
that's just my opinion on it.
I mean, I honestly have no idea why I'm not able to get verified. Uh, I highly believe, because I don't bot. When I do get botted, I report it. Right. Uh, I follow TOS. I broke TOS one time and got banned for it back in December when I had a vibrator on stream, but literally was doing nothing with it, just bullshitting. So I got banned for that, which was crazy considering the fact that a lot of these bigger streamers have dildos and whatnot on their streams. And I stay consistent. Whenever you put in to get verified and they do not verify you, they'll literally send you a link that you click on that explains why you have been denied verification. And there's 3 reasons. You're either not adhering to TOS, you're manipulating your stats somehow, or you're just not consistent enough. And I do not find myself falling under any of those categories. And they put in a bad word or something, or maybe they're still holding me being banned back in December over my head. I have no idea. I have zero answers.
Okay, you said that out of these three, what is the reason they are giving you every single time?
They don't give me a reason. I mean, I've asked. I've previously been like I've nagged at them and previously asked. They've given me two reasons, and this was back in January, February. This was back in March. Actually, the end of February, they told me, "Oh, it's because you were banned in December, so you weren't adhering to TOS." Okay, so that's what that was. And then in March, they told me that they wanted to see consistency. Those were the two reasons. And I have never been banned since, and I've been more consistent than Aiden Ross or any SSB member on this damn website.
Okay, so when they say
So
consistency, are they asking you to consistently hit those algorithms like 75 views, or is it consistency just
yes,
stream? Okay.
consistency meeting all the metrics.
Because I remember Andrew said it doesn't matter if you apply. This is for everyone in the chat. If you hit those stats and you apply, it means nothing. They want you to hit those stats and control those stats through the whole application process. That's hard. That's one of the challenges. So that's why I don't even
Right.
look at it. Even if I hit it tomorrow, I wouldn't even care because I would be like, you need to be hitting it consistently before you even try. So my next question would be to you is how many times have you tried to apply?
I've applied a total of 7 times now. I just applied again this morning at like 5, 6 a.m. and got an email back fairly quickly with the same thing, sending me a link of reasons why I might not have been accepted.
Wow. So it's still happening even till now. When you do get that no, is there a waiting process? Like they say to you, you can't apply immediately. Like what's the gap between these applications?
You can apply every 14 days.
Okay. Man, that's kind of
So,
slow now I think about it.
yeah.
Because YouTube is
Last
7
time I
days.
applied, YouTube, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
if you
Last time I
demonetized,
applied,
it's
I
it's 1 week.
was at Ice's house.
Have you tried to reach out to like Kick staff or like you've got connections now, right? You've streamed with all these big streamers. So have you ever tried to reach out to anyone that works at Kick?
Yeah, I mean, I've tried to reach out to Santa Maria. That doesn't seem to be going anywhere. ABZ follows me on Twitter, so I just reached out to him again. If that fails, I'm just gonna have to possibly have another conversation with Ice to see if we could work something out next time I'm there for the Hunger Games event.
Can you tell me why you think that verification tick would be important to you?
Yeah, I mean it shows that you're a real streamer, like you type in a chat, you just blend in with the rest of the crowd. People click on your channel, they don't see a check mark. A lot of people don't take you serious. I think a check mark is huge. It certifies validity. I don't know if I'm using that word right. As a streamer on the platform. Um, yeah, that's I mean that's what I look forward to the most is just getting a green check mark. I get a lot of people that come in my streams very often. How are you not verified? Why don't you have a green check mark? And I see it in a lot of other people's streams. How is dtan not verified?